Got a question? I just got a question. If a woman files for divorce and the man has did nothing wrong, should the man have to pay alimony? Listen to what I'm saying. One day, the woman just says, "Okay, I want to leave the man," and you can vice versa. So it's the same for a man. Should the spouse who wants to dissolve the marriage receive alimony if the other spouse makes more money? That's the question. I'm not judging anyone. I just want to know what other people think. I think it's a curious situation. So let's hypothetically, let's follow this. I was with a woman, let's say I was with her for 30 years and we've had three beautiful kids. And she decides to divorce me. And she's going to, or hypothetically, she's living with a man that's wealthy too. Should I have to pay alimony to this woman who decides to leave me? That's just a question. Or says a man, you can flip it over. I just want to know what people think. I bought this car and I drove it for 5 years. I paid it off. And then I sell it. Do I still got to make payments on the car that I drove all those years that I'm not driving anymore and somebody else is driving and they're driving the car? Should I have to make payments on that? I just want to ask people, um, ethically, morally, I don't know how you look at it. I just look at it as that. It'd be different, I think. Oh, we live in this world of quote unquote equality. We're supposed to be equal. We're supposed to be able to take care of ourselves. If I move out of my parents' house, do my parents still have to take care of me if they choose not to? Do they, I'm just asking questions. Some things that people talk about, I just don't understand. I just want to ask the questions. It's, to me, if your husband or wife wants to dissolve your marriage through no fault of your own because they're unhappy, should you, as the person who was happy in the marriage, have to pay alimony? And is it fair? First, I say life is not fair. That's what I say. Life isn't fair. Situations like these that I hear about when it comes to men and women being married, and I think it leads men to say, I don't know, women probably don't think like this, but men are saying, why would I even get married? Is it beneficial to me? Is that going to be worth it? If she, because divorce is not free. Divorce costs. I would rather. This is me. This is my bias. I would rather just stay with the woman and let her go do her. Go do what you want to do. Let's just. You don't got to take my resources. I don't want to take your resources. Let's just. Or you go move over there and we just separate amicably. We don't gotta. We don't gotta do it officially. We gotta go to no courts. I'll give whatever you want. Just don't. I just don't get it. I'm confused. I'm perplexed. Everybody else gets it. I don't. I just want to understand. Nobody's going to listen to this. Like if I did live, people would listen. If I put somebody's name in the title, which I'm not, people will listen. But if I just ask the question, like I'm asking, should, well, let's say this. You have spouses. Everything is good. And one day, one person wants to leave. Should you have to pay? Does that really make sense? Do you guys find that to be right? Is it morally wrong? That's one thing I get into arguments. Like when I listen to people, I just don't understand. Just because something is a law doesn't mean that it's right. Should people, let's use, we had the prohibition. Now people can drink. Follow the laws, but is it right? They had laws against miscegenation. Is it right? They had laws against people doing same same relationships. That's what I want to use because some words I don't want to use because it's like I don't get it, like having a letter of the same. You know what I mean? So I want to know other people's thoughts on these things. Is it wrong for me to say? I can make a joke. Don't get offended. But if I told you people, no matter what I look like outside, I'm really a tree, and and you ask me my gender, I'm looking up. My gender is a tree. I leave. I feel like a tree my whole life. If I go ahead and I say that, would you guys believe it? Would you accept it? I'm sorry. I got to make jokes like that. Sometimes our we can rationalize anything. Anything is right, and I'm not here to tell people what they're doing is right or wrong. I just want to ask the question: if I was dating a girl for 30 years and we separated, this is a thing that it's not real. Why? Because I'll say when marriage through the state, we got to pay alimony, but you don't have to pay palimony. You break up with your girlfriend for 30 years, you ain't got to pay. you know, I don't understand a lot of things. Or your boyfriend, you break up with your boyfriend 30 years, you don't have to pay. It's weird. People are weird. A lot of laws are weird and strange. It's unfair, but we like to live in an unfair society where people are taken advantage of, and we do that. We want to see people lose due to our beliefs. Listen, life is never going to be fair. If your parents choose not to leave you any uh, legacy or any inheritance, are they wrong? Are they, some of this stuff is funny. Think about what I'm saying. Nobody owes you, really. But some people want something for nothing. Don't both a husband and wife benefit for children? And now I get, let's say, that's why I believe you should have prenuptial agreements, and then you just set money aside in case of separation. But most people are getting married until death do they part, but then they want to change up. So since you ain't nobody died and ain't nobody beat on somebody, um, why? It made sense to me because I'm the idiot one. Most people, I guess, in my opinion, at least from what I observe, you argue better than I do. You're more wise and you make it sound better. I'm making it small and I'm keeping it narrow. So, if you think about what I'm saying, just give me the answers. Just kind of make a joke. The game is not the game. Sorry, I don't. If these are the rules, I don't have to play that game. So I'm telling you, if people know that you're not going to get what you want, and if somebody's going to one day, I want to have and I'm going to leave, uh, why would you participate in that institution? Is it worth it? Can you make it beneficial for me? Can you promise me you're never going to leave? But I don't know. I don't know. It's weird to me. Tell me, because I'm honest. I really don't trust anyone. I think people are gonna do what they're gonna do regardless. People say one thing and do another all the time. People say they want to get in shape, but do they really? So people say, yeah, I'm happily married, but at the end of the day, husband and wife, when the camera's off or when you guys can't see them, it's people. Yeah, I get a million women, but then you find out they ain't never had a woman in their life and just learned. Make jokes. You just learn about red pill ideology or to pick up or quote unquote game yesterdays. All you people are funny to me. You're all funny. Everybody wants to sell their ideology. I have no ideology to sell you. I don't care what you do. I just think that a lot of stuff is even though these are the rules, people don't really want to adhere by the rules. The speed limit, I don't know where you live. You can say 65, but most people don't want to do 65. Most people want to jaywalk. Most people will throw trash in the street. They're like, oh my God, I threw trash in the street. And they get a ticket for that. They're like, come on, just do trash in the street. Even though the law say don't do it. So anyway, I'm done. Just tell me what you think. Is it right for a husband or wife who wants to leave to get paid alimony if the other spouse did nothing that's detrimental to their relationship? Hopefully that makes sense. And I'm done. Talk to y'all later.